What's up, everyone? Anthony here. Empire Music, empiremusic.com. Phone number at the shop, 412-343-5299. If you check out that website, keep in mind, no stock photos. Maybe on a Squire, but very rarely a stock photo. Free shipping, not internationally. Financing options available on most items. For details, reach out to us at the shop. And most importantly, we're going to make sure we get you the best playing guitar, the best playing bass possible, and do a full factory setup before it leaves here. We have some great techs in-house that I would trust any one of my lovely basses that I love and adore and own to any one of our techs, whether that be Aaron, Christian, or Steve. Like, all those guys do really, really, really high-end work. So keep in mind, we do that on every instrument that we ship out to you. Again, any questions at all, feel free to reach out, 412-343-5299. With that being said, housekeeping out of the way, I want to show you just another amazing L.E.H bass. This is the Offset 5, right? So I also did a video recently, would think it'd be out before this one, on a Jetstream 4. So the Jetstream's a little bit more of the traditional bass body. The Offset kind of has this amalgamation, Ellis Hahn's take, that's the master builder and owner at L.E.H, take on like the Jaguar or Jazzmaster kind of body shape there. Just looks incredible. This one's beautiful in Olympic white with the red torque guard. Probably my all-time favorite colorway, because it just never, it's a colorway that never gets in the way, so to speak. It's kind of like black with a red torque guard. It's like you just can't go wrong with it. It's just a beautiful version of Olympic white on it too. A little bit more tan in it than sometimes we see out of Olympic white. Looks incredible. 5-string, Nordstrand 3-band preamp in it, boost only. Control-wise, we have volume, pickup panning, and master tone, which is really nice to have. I love having a master tone in addition to the preamp on it. Pickup wise, something kind of special here. So these are the very first set, and the certificate of authenticity says that. This is set number 1 of the 70s jazz bass pickups in the 5-string set here, because we have the low B. And in 70s positions, so that all makes sense, right? Weight relieved alder. Ellis does an exquisite job of weight relief. It's not just randomly routing out wood. A lot of it's up here to keep the balance of the instrument perfect. And the pattern that Ellis does really keeps the resonance of the bass intact, so to speak, if not accentuated. I feel like sometimes there's removing mass, whether we're talking acoustic guitars with something like scalloped bracing, or we're talking about weight relieving on a solid body instrument like a bass or a guitar. Doing it in a uniformed fashion and in a thought out fashion can actually increase tone and increase resonance, as well as relieve the weight. So that's really nice. East Indian rosewood fretboard, quartersawn maple neck, graphite reinforced rods. Just so comfortable, so lightweight, specifically for a 5-string, so well balanced. Forgive me, I forget what the nut width is on it. Maybe it's 1 3/4 on the 5-string. Got it. It's escaping me right now. Check out the website, empiremusic.com, or call me if you really need some help on the specs, 412-343-5299. Lightweight Hipshot tuners. It's really put together. The hardware is very nice. The playability is exceptional with all of Ellis's instruments. Was lucky enough to kind of make friends with Ellis personally, and under the lens of Empire Music. We met through mutual friend, and he has a signature bass with Ellis, which is how kind of L.E.H got on my radar at NAMM earlier this year. They launched the Tim LaFave, or Ellis launched the Tim LaFave Offset 5, which is kind of similar to this with Lawler pickups and a black pickguard on it. But Tim's a friend of mine and a friend of the shop, so when we were hooking up at NAMM, I kind of beelined over to the L.E.H booth. As soon as I played the stuff, I was like, we got to get him into the shop. So Joe and I sat down with Ellis, and we worked on getting some basses here, and I think this is the 5th or 6th one that we've gotten. And Ellis came in for our greatest guitar sale ever back in September. It was great to have Ellis in the shop. Shipped this, like overnighted this to us, and brought the Jetstream 4 into the shop personally. So it was really cool to get a chance to sit down and go over the instruments with Ellis one-on-one and just to hang. You know, we had the dinner after the sale and got a chance to kind of hang out. So it was cool, but I love the work that Ellis is doing. And I really just, the playability and the vibe factor with these instruments is very high. These are the type of instruments, I'm lucky today, this is my third video I've shot today, and I shot like a really nice Ernie Ball Music Man Ball Family Reserve. I shot another L.E.H. and I'm shooting this currently, as you can tell. And man, like every one of them, I just don't want to put them down. Like there's some element to them that just like really, really makes it enjoyable to play. And that's what I look for in an instrument. I mean, we can talk specs all day long. We can talk pickup types and we can talk fretboard radius and all that stuff. But like, do you connect with an instrument? You know, I mean, I think that's like what I'm always looking for out of something. And I mean, everyone here, we all grab a lot of instruments and we can see it when one of us grabs something that kind of speaks to us. Luckily, I get to do it on camera. There's been so many videos throughout the year that I've done where literally there's been like little aha moments during the video where I'm just like, holy crap, this is incredible. And in a couple of those instances, I think back to my 58, my original 58 non-Empire bass. There's a video of me, it's a black on black 58 bass. You can search it, like of me just like kind of freaking out on camera and saying like, this is probably gonna be mine. And 30 days later, it was mine. But I know when I shot the first batch of L.E.H. videos, there was the 5-string Ash. And I just was like, oh, I just couldn't contain the excitement in playing. It's really cool, and I'm lucky to sit in this chair and talk with you guys and show off the instruments and have the opportunity to be kind of wowed by a lot of the stuff that I get to play here, specifically when we get into these boutique instruments. And every L.E.H. bass that I've played has been nothing short of exceptional. So all that aside, I'll say that again, it's probably the second time I said that in this video. Let's dive into some sounds. So again, full volume, or again, the controls, volume, pickup panning, passive and active tone, 3-band EQ. We're gonna stick to passive right now. And actually, we're gonna flip between passive and active. I just like to see the difference between those two tones. So here's passive. Everything wide open, full volume, both pickups on. Great throaty B string out of a 34 scale. Awesome. It's always a testament to a great build quality. It's subtle, doesn't sound out of place on the instrument. I think a lot of times 34s and 35s, I think B strings in general, they sound out of place to the other 4 strings. That's not the case here. Let's flip into active mode with everything flat. Okay, so what's happening here is the same thing that happened when I played that Jetstream 5. You have 2 really good sounds there with 0 gain jump, which is the most important thing to me. So I don't want to necessarily have a massive gain jump. Once we start boosting frequencies, there's gonna be a gain jump. But when all things equal and flat, it's nice to have something that just is gonna be volume-wise what you expect, right? No big jumps. But what you do notice here, and again, notice this on the Jetstream 4, in passive mode, you're really hearing these pickups, and there's a vintage character to that pickup. There's a warmth, and there is a kind of imperfect, and I mean this in the best way possible. There's a beautiful amount of kind of imperfection in those pickups, and there's a lot of character to it. That upper mid-range, the upper frequencies are just like saturated enough to be very interesting. When we engage that preamp, how this cleans up. little bit of that character goes away. Now, that's gonna be great for someone, that's not gonna be great for someone. I tend to like a little bit of saturation on a passive bass like that. I like when we get that, but it's really cool to have those kind of at your disposal, and you can use that to your discretion. Like there's a place where I'm gonna want that, you know, if we're doing some slap thing. That's really nice. Now we disengage the active preamp. You hear where that mid-range speaks differently. So like finger style, it's cool and passive there, but slap, like the way that cleans up for that. It's really nice, and we're not talking any gain jump at all. So let's go show you kind of what a little bit of a boost can do here. I like boosting bass a little bit. I've played enough of L.E.H's basses, I kind of know where I like it. Now we're in the 70s position here, so that mid-range speaks differently overall because you just have that bridge pickup back towards the bridge a little bit more. Actually, I boosted bass a little too much for my taste right there. Pristine sounding. '70s position is always so interesting to me because that mid-range is just omnipresent through the entire, every position. We'll go back to passive and we'll go up to the neck pickup. So here, sort of like that thinner rubber bandy kind of P-bass character. It's cool in active mode. The difference between active and passive is a little less here with that front pickup soloed. Then we'll go engage a little bit of bass. Actually boost a little bit of mids on that. That's a big, big, powerful P-bass thing going on there. This B's gonna kill. Roll some tone off. Perfect. Powerful. It's going to be really good here. Oh, yes. The thing I love about really well-made instruments and quality active circuitry, it's also what I hate about poor active circuitry, kind of the opposite of it. But with this, it's like, man, it's such a sensitive bass to touch. Now, to kind of flip the swing, you go back to passive. Really nice to have a very, very different tone at your disposal. Passive, active with whatever I have it on. Let's check out the bridge pickup. Oh, a good low B again with bridge pickup, rare. it doesn't sound out of place with the other 4 strings. Back to middle. Roll some tone back even more. Add a little boost. And tame it down a little bit. Add some tone. I mean, just a crazy, crazy wide range of tones. We've barely scratched the surface. And just to kind of reiterate, we're going to flat again. Active, but flat. Passive. Super usable as that. And then we go into active and we boost that bass a little bit. It's probably my favorite tone on this instrument. Roll some tone off. One of the best 34 scale Bs you're ever going to hear on these L.E.H's. So this is the not the Jetstream. This is the Offset 5 in Olympic white, red torque guard with pickup set number 1 of Ellis's own L.E.H proprietary 70s jazz bass pickups. Crazy, crazy good instrument. Love this stuff. Any questions at all about basses in general that we carry, preferably, but hey, I'm willing to talk. And anything about L.E.H that you want to do. You want to get a custom build going. You want to inquire about something we have in stock. Call me at the shop personally, 412-343-5299. You can also email me at anthony@empiremusic.com. Thank you for watching. See you next time.